go outside. Come on. Come on. Come on. And this is what he's gonna do for the next few minutes. He's gonna try to pick up everything and anything that he can find and eat it. Go to the washroom, bud. Or not. What is going on, Natty fam? Nick and Maddie, welcome back. Nick here today, not with Maddie, because it is my video. It's my first video on the channel alone. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. We have a lot to go over and a lot to talk about. And as you see by the title, we're gonna be talking about how fitness has changed my life. Let's get right into it. Before we get into how fitness has changed my life, I wanna mention that I am a certified personal trainer and a nutritionist. I did study these things in school. So within the realm of fitness and health, it is definitely my passion. It is definitely my strong suit. And to mention, I do run a fitness business, which is both in person and online. So if you are someone who is struggling to shed body fat and to keep it off for good, because it's all about sustainable lifestyle changes. And also if you want to learn the fundamentals of fitness and you're just getting started, then shoot me a DM. My Instagram is right there, link in bio as well. And we can see if we are a good fit for each other and maybe we can work together. For the main reason why I clicked onto this video, how fitness has changed my life, we're gonna get right down into it. But I wanna mention that if you didn't watch Maddie's video already, click the first link in the description box down below. Go check it out. She did absolutely amazing. I am super, super proud of her. Because I'm here thinking, I don't know how I'm gonna do this without her by my side, but you know what? We committed to it and we're gonna get it done. So without further ado, let's do it. I'm gonna be rusty, but bear with me. There's a lot of details that I can talk about with my fitness story, but I'm gonna try to sum it up as best as possible and keep in the most important details. So I wanna mention that weight is something that I've always struggled with. I was always heavily overweight and I was classified as the outlier. Everyone around me was thinner. A lot of health complications and obesity does run in my family. So this is something that I obviously had to keep in mind. If I continued on the path that I was doing at the time, then I would have had some health problems, and I'm gonna get into it. But in grades 6 and 7, I remembered vividly, I broke my leg back-to-back years, and all I did during that time was basically nothing. I gamed, played a lot of video games, and ate a ton of food. Now let me tell you, I love my food, love my sweets, and yeah, that's something I love to do. But yeah, I gained a lot of weight, and during that time I experienced bullying more than ever. Now I was one to have female counterparts. By that I mean I had man boobs. This is an actual real thing that some men struggle with, and this is something that I carried, and it was the biggest burden of my life, to be honest with you. But yeah, I was bullied by a lot of people, close friends, a lot of females, and it was just something that was hard, right? Being so young and having to deal with all these negative comments each and every day. But yeah, fast forward to grade 8, I did have a teacher who was more supportive. He was there for us, and I completely respect him for that. So I always spoke to him about certain things that kind of gone on in my life, and he was always there to kind of offer me his advice and whatnot. So one night I remember vividly, I stayed up super, super late and I watched this infomercial, Insanity, this fitness program. I'm gonna put a little clip on screen here.
We go 3, 2, 1.
So yeah, I watched that program, and instantly I was watching it, I was like, wow, like this looks like hard work, but something I wanted to kind of take on. But I was very scared. Obviously, like, being a young kid, there's a lot going on in my mind. What's crazy is the next morning I woke up, and after school, I went straight to the doctor's office. I walked. And the doctor's office is close to my house. But I walked there, I saw my doctor. I just said, hey, I want to change my life. I'm sick and tired of the way I'm living my life. Help me out. So in that moment, she gave me the biggest pep talk. She was super, super proud of me, because she was like, you're 13, you're coming to the office and on your own, and you want to make these changes for yourself. So we took my starting weight, we did some other measurements, and that was the beginning right there and then. Fast forwarding a little bit, I came across this other program called Six Pack Shortcuts. I noticed at that time they had a competition going for Halloween. So for Halloween, I did actually participate in it, and I'm gonna put a little clip on screen here again.
As you know, I'm 13, so this will be hopefully good for me if I win. And I really want to win because I'm going into high school next year, and I want to get this weight off of me.
I won the program. I won. So I committed to doing the program, and in the first month, I did lose my first 10 pounds. Crazy, crazy. But the program just became too much for me because I was so much of a beginner that I didn't know what I was doing, that it was too overwhelming for me. But I came across Insanity again, and when I did come across Insanity, I decided now was the time to buy it because I was ready to commit, and I started to find that little bit of push from getting into fitness, and I started liking it a lot. So I purchased Insanity and I committed. Not gonna lie, the first few times it was insanely hard. Like, I'm telling you, I used to have blurred vision. I used to feel super dizzy because I'm one to always want to push myself and give 100%, and I felt like if I wasn't giving 100%, then I'm not doing enough. But it was tough. But I decided that we're gonna keep going. There's no quit in me because I just started to enjoy it, and within my first year I lost 50 pounds. Yes, that is right, 50 pounds. A lot of weight to lose, but yeah, now we're on to the next chapter and going into high school, but we're going to talk about that very soon. So going into high school, I was still terrified because I still had my man boobs, but I thought everything is gonna be okay. I'm skinnier, I'm down a lot of weight, and I no longer have to deal with all these problems that I have dealt with in my past. But let me tell you, I was wrong. I get into high school and instantly all the guys would bully me nonstop for having these. They thought it was just, you know, unordinary, and I get it. It wasn't something that you typically see, but something that I had. It was just hard for me, but a lot of guys, you know, being young, they just want to be cool and whatnot. They used to always come up to me and just flip my chest, and it was just very difficult, but I used to always laugh it off and just keep a smile on my face. But anyways, going to high school, I started to open myself up a little bit more because again, I was down a lot of weight. Started to still get into fitness more seriously, and by grade 10 I actually had the opportunity to get surgery on my chest, and I did, and I proceeded with it, and it was a long recovery, but something I will never forget. That moment, came back, got back into fitness, and kept going. I got more serious with it, got into like bodybuilding. You know, I can go into so many details here, but to sum it up, I just became super obsessed. And let me tell you, it did become obsessive in some bad ways, and it did also trigger some poor relationships with food, but that is for a later video. If you guys do want to know more about my relationship with food, then give this video a big thumbs up right now and let me know in the comment section down below that you want to see that video, because I am super excited to talk about more about my story. But yeah, lost a lot of weight, felt super good, and got serious with it. Started putting on some muscle, and I just felt good. I felt amazing. And now we're moving on again to the next chapter. But first, let's go get breakfast. So moving on to the next part, as I eat my proteins here. As I did mention, it became obsessive in some bad ways where I started to measure all my food to the gram, especially when it came to like vegetables and whatnot, which you shouldn't really be doing. But then it became obsessive in a good way, as it taught me many things like discipline, more self-awareness, dedication, purpose, passion, and it erased a lot of good traits out of it. So definitely that is something I'm thankful for. But going back to what I was saying with my story, you know, there was times where I wanted to compete because I got so into bodybuilding. I would go through these low carb diets, cutting calories like no tomorrow, and adding lots of cardio in. And don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun in it. You know, it teaches you a lot, like I said, but it shouldn't be really done that way. Even though I'd never competed, I got close, but it messes with your hormones, messes with your metabolism. And even again, as an individual who does struggle with hormones as is, it did set me back a little bit even further. But now as I just grow, I've learned a lot about food freedom and just understanding your body and its actual needs. And even though I still go on these cuts and bulks, I've learned to not go as intense with them. And I feel like it's fine, because there's times where you want to challenge yourself, and it's totally normal. And that's the way I foresee things, is like you can never just stay still. you know, I'm a type of individual that always wants a little bit more out of it, and I'm gonna, you know, be willing to do what it is to get a little bit more, because I'm all about progression. We're gonna finish my oats up, and then I will see you guys very, very soon in the gym. I am in the gym now, got the Monster in hand, a little pre-workout fuel. Popped the garage open today because it's a gorgeous day here, but let me be honest, I had a little nap. I was extremely tired, and that is okay. Nearing the end of high school, it came to a point where I kind of became isolated. A lot of the friends that I associated with in school kind of parted ways with me, and it was just a lonely last year and a bit, but that is okay because it was a lot of time to focus on myself and my goals. Right? So moving after high school, I got my dream job as a personal trainer at a big box gym. So I worked there for a little bit, learned a lot about the business. It didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. And, for a little while, it left a little sour taste in my mouth about personal training in the industry. But I took some time and I realized that, fitness has changed my life. It has changed my life forever. And it is something that I want to continue on with because I knew I was destined to be in this industry. So here we are. We made this gym of mine, and I don't look back, guys. I am on the right path. I went to college, studied nutrition, met Maddi there, and everything has just come together. And I owe a lot to Maddi because she has been helping me so much, especially with food and just being more intuitive and in tune with your body and healing your relationship with food, because that's what Maddi's all about. She's anti-diet culture, and even though I still do these, diets, I guess you will, it's okay. We're getting better, and that's all that matters. And at the end of the day, my purpose and my passion is to do this and to help you guys. So with that being said, that is the end. That is my fitness story, and that is how it changed my life. And if you guys are wanting to, get into fitness and shed some body fat, then again, hit me up. I'm here for you to help you. This is Nick signing out. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.